Oh, Count La Baguette, how could I stay away from this face for too long? Welcome back, everybody, to the Historical Immersion Project, and I've been reading some of your comments from last episode. Basically, you guys have agreed that the societies, particularly the, specifically, the Dominican Order and the Benedictine Order are just crazy OP. Well, not crazy OP, but generally end up giving you some, I think the actual comment I saw directly said high-tier characters, and I do agree with that. Some of the events you get are absurd, and not only that, obviously, the chance of getting, you know, as I said, patient, diligent, being passed on to your kids, kind to some extent, I mean, even chaste if you're really going for that. And post-Holy Fury, this is something I didn't think about, but a comment also pointed this out, higher chance of getting bloodlines as well. And that's going to be very important because not only that, there's also Sainthood, right? So Sainthood is something the Pope can give you if he likes your character a lot and, you know, you're particularly pious with all the virtues and, you know, do a lot of crusades and are generally just a nice Catholic boy. You can become a saint, and then obviously as a saint, you can you gain a bloodline. So that would be a very, very good start, I think, to this campaign. If we get, it's my personal goal. This is my ultimate headcanon for La Baguette. All I want to see is Saint La Baguette on my screen. If we see that, then this campaign is already a success beyond anything else. Doesn't matter whether we fail in the immediate next character. Saint La Baguette is absolutely 100% the immediate goal right now. So that is going to be our goal, my friends. Let's go on a pilgrimage. Whilst we're on the subject, 6.8 gold. Not the most extravagant pilgrimage. I mean, it probably wouldn't make sense if it cost us a lot of money, huh? I shall go on a pilgrimage to seek God's grace at one of the holy places of Christianity. Now, in CK2+, you used to be able to spam this button, or in the base game CK2, before the event had fired, before you picked whether to go to Jerusalem or Rome, you used to be able to click it over and over and over and over, and churn out, assuming you could afford it, you could basically go on 1 million pilgrimages if you stacked it up and paused the game. Fortunately, we can't do that. I did want to try that out, because I feel like there's no better way to become a saint than to go simultaneously to every holy site in the world 100 times. I shall start making travel plans. So, Rome or Jerusalem? Which would be better for becoming a saint? I guess Rome, because we might be able to go, you know, like, make friends with the Pope. That seems like an alright idea. Are we still making friends with the Pope in other news? We are. Good. Like I said, Sainthood, the only goal now, so this is something I'm going to pay close attention to. We can visit a holy site in the west, which I assume will be, like, Canterbury or some shit. It says here that a closer destination might be a safer journey, so what I'm taking that as is the game suggesting, hey, maybe go out on a more dangerous adventure because that shows your faith. And to my knowledge, from the pilgrimages I've done in the past, they might have changed it in Holy Fury, you do have a high chance of becoming ill, but then obviously God's magic hands will diddle you back to full health. I was seeking out a saintly burial site. I should go to one of the ancient sites, Jerusalem or Rome. I've not seen this one before. I'm going to go for this one because I've never heard of it. Do we want to go to the grave of St. Patrick of Ireland? Do we want to go to St. Augustine's grave? Or do we want to go to Antioch? So we've got the choice of, I guess, you know, Ireland, Rome, or Antioch there. St. Augustine? I would assume August was buried in Rome, right? Let's go there. He seems like a pretty good saint to try and follow. Certainly met by a couple of rough-looking fellas. They do look fairly rough. Don't trust that guy who's ginger. Or he might just be wearing a fancy hat. Either way, the leader gives me a toothy grin and asks for protection money for the service he and his men are doing in the woods. It's easier to pay. You're not wrong. 50 prestige, 100 gold. Or I can say, I will show them who needs protection. I mean, I wouldn't get you... What's his personal combat? 65. Honestly, that's pretty good. Oh, I forgot whether we're a tall, left-handed, ambidextrous, robust man. Which, funnily enough, doesn't add to personal combat there. I don't really know why I thought it would. 75% chance of getting repelled bandits, which gives a permanent +1 martial by the looks of it. 6% chance of being maimed. Ugh. Let's roll the dice. What happened? I think we're good. Did we gain the +1 martial? I can't say I noticed. It would add to our base, though. Well, we've just got a base, I assume, of 9 then, seeing as we've got no bonuses being added to it. Land organization +1%. I didn't know. That must be added by... is that added by HIP? Can't say I recognize it as a base game feature. There have been many sights to behold every day as I travel to Africa. I was wrong. He is not in Rome at all. By my own estimates, I should be halfway to Hippo. Hippo, Africa, of course. I'm not used to long heights like these, but this has been a nice change of pace. I wonder what awaits me in Hippo. Not a sentence I thought I'd say today, I'll be honest with you. It has been a long day of traveling when I come across a burning inn. My god, it's like Moses, except insurance fraud. I'd hoped to find a place to stay in the night, but these people are clearly in dire need of help. Really? Are they on fire? God calls upon me to help out these poor people, lose the trait greedy. God calls upon me to continue my pilgrimage, gain the trait deceitful. God calls upon me to grab valuables while they're busy. I mean, I call upon you to grab some valuables while they're busy. That's 50 gold, my dude. I guess, fine, we'll try and become a nice boy. Help the poor people. Oh shit, that's cool. During this event's council meeting, Chancellor Landulf told us of a rumor he had uncovered. The peasants speak of an ancient artifact. It's just an artifact. It's not a rare artifact, so it's probably just going to be like a foot of a saint or some crap. But it's still worth going on. It's probably going to cost us a fair amount. But again, we're not expected to go to war anytime soon, I say, as an English horde burns down every single county that surrounds us. But we're not likely to, need a decent amount of levies, which is generally what you end up losing when you, send your marshal out. Oh, he's my chancellor, so we'll lose diplomats. Well, that's fine. All of a sudden, I find myself in Hippo before I know it. I guess game over, team. Oh, no, wait, the city. It's been a long journey through the wilds, and once more seeing people is nice. As I walk through the city streets, I compare it to my homeland. I wonder how the people have adjusted to these exotic lands. I shall find the way to the very site of St. Augustine as quickly as possible. I wonder what the grave will look like. I mean, it's probably roughly human-shaped. The Lords of France has approved the institution of the low domain centralization law. What does that mean? I have no idea. Spent centralization spelt wrong. What does that mean? Let's go France. Low domain centralization. Oh, is it just centralization? Right. Oh, yeah, no, that's exactly what it is. So vassal limit versus domain size. Sure. I mean, seems odd. Seems like the type of thing you do if you're going expansionist. Okay, fair enough then. It's not too bad, I guess. I was in disgrace. Lose the trait kind. 15% the plot succeeds. That is not worth it. Apparently, we're not going to quite easily get this dude to... Oh my god, he's got 24 intrigue. Remember last episode, I was like, how the hell is this dude so resistant to our plots when we ourselves have 21 intrigue? Well, it turns out this dude has 24, and he's also on intrigue focus. This is too risky. I'm going to cancel that plot, simply because I think plotting against this dude seems like a certain death. So I'm going to say, congratulations. I mean, you've basically been blessed with luck, my dude, because I'm cancelling my plot and we're going to find someone else. 33% plot power, and that plot fired. Interesting. It takes a good while until I finally manage to find the chapel I was looking for. That, I think, is a Jesus. As I enter, I can truly feel the presence of St. Augustine lingering in the place. I spend several minutes praying until finally a priest appears. I am taken back when it explains to me that St. Augustine was in fact moved away from the chapel. Oh. So, I mean, what was that? All bullshit, basically. What a journey it's been. What a waste of time. A thorough waste of time. Incredible. I've received a what, sorry? I'm making steady progress in the search for the artifact. That's great news. Thank you. But the best news I've ever heard, ever since Augustine abandoned us. I really hope King Philip is doing well. I wonder if there is something that could be done. Do we want to lose 25 prestige to sway him? The rate he's going, he's not going to be around for much longer. He is excommunicated. Crowned by Hugues. Hugues? I don't know what that means. Yeah, excommunicated. I really don't want to try and win over an excommunicated guy. We are a good Catholic. We're going to be a saint. We should not fraternize with heretics. It has been a long journey, but I'm finally recognizing my homeland once more. The woods, the streets, and the people are all familiar. And I start smiling to myself. It's nice to be home. Gain the trait Pilgrim, which is French for pilgrim. Look at that. This character has created a great pilgrimage. Piety, same faith, pretty pointless. Could have been a lot better, but we do gain our devotion. I feel like that is a step, or about 5 or 6,000 million, closer to being a saint. That was a good time. Well done, people. Oh. Well, there we go. We get the trait humble. Just for a reason, I assume. God himself has blessed us. This is a great start. What's our piety looking like right now? 94. I mean, is it a very good Christian thing to be intrigueful, intriguing? No, it's not. We're going to flip to the theology focus. Now, that'll allow us to do the seclusion I thought we were doing last episode when I got the events confused. Let's try and get the zealous trait, because that seems like a very good way to become a priest. Do you want to dedicate more time to a priest? Sorry, I meant a saint. You know. There are many mysteries in the Catholic faith. It might be interesting to spend some time delving into the old text of the Bible. Sure, absolutely. This seems like a great idea, my friend. 31 years old. Oh god, I need a son. Hello, wife. Child? Send her child money? Please love me. Oh god, she already basically loved us. What do we think of her? How do you tell these days? Oh, right, there we are. 16. Oh, God. Both humble, council hall. Oh, she gains the bonuses from our domain. Well, that's fairly interesting. Speaking of which, we should check the trade routes first and foremost. Okay, so the Flogi's tech mod actually just hasn't worked, despite the fact that I set it up for HIP compatibility, to my knowledge. Yes, I did. So the trade routes still are just the Silk Road and the Africa trade routes. So unfortunately, we have no control over particular trade routes. So I think that might be a good way to play tall. We are just going to have to roll the dice, unfortunately, on building buildings, maybe with the business focus when we become particularly pious. For now, we won't worry about it too much. That's good. The sacred texts illuminate me. 20 piety, ancient wisdom, religious studies. My dude, you are making yourself... Oh, right, okay, so we've got a strong Basilius there. Excellent. Strong Basilius, Imperial Guard, formidable fighter. Man, this dude is great, huh? Oh, it's Constantinos the 11th. of the Basilia, of the Byzantine Empire. I was just trying to think, what do we actually call that without all these fancy letters that I don't know how to pronounce? Getting the trait gluttonous. Oh. There are many legends about a great man whose blood I share. There he is. Grapho Karl. Grapho Karl. It honestly sounds like a comedian. A 20th century comedian. A particular story has been circulating in court lately. It focuses on an epic feat where Karl proves his strength of character. The more I hear about him, the more I wish to emulate him. So, this allows us to emulate our ancestors' traits. Unfortunately, Karl is gluttonous and envious, which is obviously not ideal. This also isn't Charlemagne, is it? This is... Is this not Charlemagne's, like, grandfather? Yes, it absolutely is. So this is Charlemagne's grandfather. Wow, really? That's all he's got? Karl of the Holy Roman Empire has... crowned by the Pope, diligent and zealous. That seems a little bit disappointing, huh? Killed this person. Well, there we go. I guess that's historically accurate, I can only assume. Some pagan there. No, I'm not going to be more like him. In conclusion, that's the point I was getting at. That's an absolute waste of time. So we do have the opportunity to sort of, what's the word? Sort of emulate our ancestors. And, oh, nice. She's pregnant again. Excellent. It was that child money. Like I thought. Oh, God. Hang on. Oh, we're paranoid, aren't we? We're paranoid. Okay, so no, I trust her word. I think she's fine. She's not lustful or anything. She's not hedonist. We've got nothing to worry about. I trust her. Whenever you're paranoid, you will always get that event. Paranoid is a great trait because it also stops you being assassinated in 30 seconds flat. Judas Karling, what are you doing? Discredit Pierre? Pierre could be anyone. That's oh, right, Pierre Karling. I was going to say, there's probably about 4 million people in France at this stage called Pierre. Throw him in prison. My brother, my uncle, sorry. I mean, brother in, you know, faith, I assume. You, my friend, get to spend a very, very long time, which we just banish him from the realm. I'd rather him under lock and key. Apparently that doesn't make us cruel or anything. Nobody seems to care. We'll just throw him in the oubliette and let him die then. That's one less threat to the realm. Hang on, we've got China fully unlocked, haven't we? That's something we could do. We go on a trip to China. Oh, we can't go on a trip to China because we're a bloody count. God damn it. Okay, why don't we ship someone off then? Would you like to borrow my Uncle Pierre? Fantastic. We've dealt with all the threats to the realm. Well, besides our half-brother. He's actually not a bad character. Diligent, zealous, charitable, gregarious, cruel, which is obviously not fantastic, but he's not a terrible heir to keep around. Good backup heir. Obviously, without him, we'd have nobody, and we could get him over. So we will not send this dude over to China or throw him in the oubliette. She needs more familiar faces around her. Of course she does. We need this to be a son. Hey, there we go. Look at that. We've got a claim on our neighbor there. One of his 2 titles. Fantastic. Good. Right, let's move you south. Grab the next one. Then we're a duke. And we've got 3 domain, which is obviously up to our limit there. I should wake him for anybody catching on. Do we want to become friends with this dude? Absolutely we do. He's a monk. He's not a fantastic Christian, I'll be honest with you. Content, that seems to suit him. He's also apparently quite short. Think nothing of it, friend. Grateful. Or he owes us a favour while he's just a random dude in a completely different court, so it doesn't matter too much. Think nothing of it, friend. Obviously, we could force that favour to actually invite him to our court. He's nothing stunning, so let's not worry about that too much. God's blessings upon thee, Donatus Baguette, or Donatus, I guess that would be, because it's Latin. Bringing the truth, faith, and salvation to others among the holiest of duties. What do you want to do? We want to build a church. I can't afford that shit, my dude. Have you got church money for me, my friend? Because I sure as hell can't afford that. How much is it? 870 of my French golden pieces. Do you know how many croissants I could buy for that money, my friend? Too many. Like, probably literally tens of thousands. Churches are not cheap. Right, okay. Well, hang on. You just need to control 50% of the claim. Request would be denied. We need to make the Pope like us a little bit more, I think. My Pope. Will you give us a claim on France? What? He will? Oh, because Philippe... I was going to call him Philippe. Hang on. Holy Fury mechanics will put us back in charge of the Holy Roman Empire. It's actually going to be our Holy Roman Empire for once. This is incredible. We could get a claim. Obviously, it would, I assume. I mean, it apparently upsets the Pope because we're basically, like, asking him to go out of his way to do things for us. Do we want to claim the Duchy of Valois? I mean, that seems like a dangerous plan. How many troops has he got? Because I feel like this seems like a good way to get him pissed off at us. 9,000 men. We have a total of 2,000 men. I mean, with mercenaries, though. If we went for, like, another war against England, or right now he's against Lotharingia, which is clearly quite significant. If they can kill off more of his troops, I might be tempted to actually go to war against him. Push for independence. That seems a little risky to me. Interesting. Having an excommunicated king might be incredible. I assume we can't claim the Kingdom of France. No, I didn't think that would be possible. That seems a little bit too much beyond the Pope's sort of jurisdiction. Wait, the King of Sweden? I believe that is? Yes, it absolutely is. Interesting. So we can just claim on anybody who's excommunicated. That's a cool mechanic. What about, like, kinslayers as well? He's actually okay with kinslaying. Or getting claims on kinslayers, obviously. He's not okay with kinslaying. That's not very Catholic. Not very cash money. Oh, this is cool. I'm liking... Obviously, this hasn't been a mechanic in the game for eons. But I like that they've sort of centralized it, made it a little more obvious of a mechanic, if that makes sense. Because you used to have to go to the title, click the claim button, and then it would deny it. But now they've sort of made this interface a lot nicer. They've actually made the interface, the religion interface, useful. God forbid. We could also try and obviously put our preferatus on the College of Cardinals, something I've never done before. Well, I played as Oh! La Baguette, number 2. Are we also not La Baguette number 2? I guess we're technically number 3, given the amount of new games I had to start. Robust voice. I mean, that's not great, is it? Robust voice in a 0-year-old child. La Baguette the 2nd. Welcome. I mean, everything is wrong with this, huh? Robust voice, that's incredible. Wow, I think I make that joke every single time, but it just gets me. Alright, so, La Baguette Karling, you will be trained in Thrift, because hopefully we can get Shrewd, seeing as he's got really nothing else going for him. A terrible character. I mean, it's better than absolutely nothing, I guess. We need ourselves a new court chaplain. The Bishop of Laon. Sure, welcome. You're fine. We obviously want to get in good with the clergy. He likes us quite a lot now that we put him on the council. Let's send him to go and improve relations with the Popo. Obviously, we should probably be also checking the character finder pretty much always for, essentially anybody who's willing to join the court who is good at... Oh, man, this dude is so much better. The higher their abilities, the more I want to invite them to court, because obviously the higher chance they have of improving relations with the Pope. So welcome aboard, my friend, to the clever rogue. That's a little bit of backhanded compliment there. La Baguette, welcome. Errand, welcome. I'm pretty sure that's not how you pronounce that anyway. 21% chance yearly. I actually should have probably checked the last dude before I sent him off to Rome there. But this dude is very, very good. Deaf. I feel like sending a diplomat who's deaf is probably not the best for improving relations there. I assume we're still searching for the artifact. Who was it? It was our Chancellor, right? He's still searching for it, so that's absolutely fine. Good. Let's continue, my friends. I'm enjoying this. I actually kind of like this, Sorry. Stood by the stained glass windows and tried to look through them when a priest approached me and asked me what I thought about them. Courtier by my side spoke before I managed to say some very unfair opinions about the multitude of colours used. Landulf and the stained glass windows. Is that a Roald Dahl book, I think? A wandering warrior has requested an audience. Oh, shit. This Reynard of 1,000 faces, another warrior has come to our court. Absolutely. 27 Marshal. This bloodline is cool, huh? Fantastic. Welcome. The church wants to organise a miracle play for a local saint of our domain. It would seem they feel it's on our shoulders to pay for it. For the glory of God. And this guy is... oh, we're arbitrary, so we hated the stupid colours of the stained glass. Doesn't seem very Christian of us. I really would like to get another son. Given the amount of congenital traits we've got, and obviously our wife has genius as well. She's had too many kids now, and she's unfruitful. That's a little bit annoying. Given the amount of congenital traits we've got, it would be better to get another son. I think I may have to take family focus before it's too late. I genuinely think we may have to flip to family focus for a while before we really commit to the theology to ensure that we've got a good heir lined up. Mainly because I'm not a big fan of obviously having just a son with powerful voice, given the amount of shit that we had going for us. Excellent. Oh wait, we lost our marshal. He initiated a great drive and then left. Wait, he got landed. Am I reading this right? Count of the East Riding. Yorkshire? Huh. He's now suddenly the Count of the East Riding of Yorkshire, and apparently, what's happened here? You now belong to England. I have no idea what's going on. William the Conqueror looks a bit odd, huh? He looks a bit strange. 61? What happened? Life has not been fair to you, my friend. Respected commander. That's cool. I really like these. I've talked about this a lot, especially in the Elder Kings mod. But the tiered education system, and of course we had it in Game of Thrones as well. I love this extra tiered, like I said, education. Same as we get in this with the diplomat system too. I think that's so cool. I love adding sub-educations to mods. I think that's one of my favorite features with things like HIP and Game of Thrones, and obviously Elder Kings too. Right, okay. Obviously we've got our legendary warriors kicking around, so this dude is more than welcome to start training some troops for us. Thank you very much, my friend. 93 money in the... Man, that's not very much though, is it? We became good friends with the bishop, which seems somewhat saintly. God damn. How am I supposed to build anything? We've got no money. Maybe we should just go with business focus. Oh, what is this? Vatican outrage. Letters have been sent out by out to the whole Catholic world from the Vatican. The Pope has demanded to stop the beatification of simple people and revoke the rights from the rest of the clergy to do so. From now on, the granting of beatification, so that's the first step to becoming a saint, to my knowledge, to becoming canonized, will be given out by the Pope personally. The Vatican will no longer stand more shameful examples like the wrongful beatification of Jacob. Ah, now the only truly pious followers of Christ will be granted the reverence of the faith. So this dude was apparently beatified. So that's, like I said, one of the first steps to becoming a saint. Pope said no. Pope does not like it. He was gluttonous and lustful and ambitious and a hedonist. Yeah, I agree with you, Pope. An end to this farce. It will... Okay, so it's going to lower the authority. It's brought in a lack of faith in the authority of the church. Right. So does that decrease the moral authority? Yeah, in pious beatification minus 10%. That's cool. I'm really enjoying these Christian mechanics for once. My wife, goodbye. She's having a troubled pregnancy. Sorry, difficult pregnancy. And obviously troubled pregnancies can come out of this and then she can die horribly. But before she dies horribly, decent son. I feel like a decent son would be a good idea. Both the assassins, everything's kicking off now. Nothing for really us to worry about. A random count in France does not have much of an issue. Right, this is what I was concerned about. We've got to give it a decree to our chancellor there. Build time, city vassal opinion. Fucking daughter. Put it back. It's not finished yet. It's not done. Oh my god, and it's prolific, robust voice, and ambidextrous. Prolific is the one we actually want to pass on, because that's the highest tier of the fertility bonuses. Emma Karling. Ugh. What have we got? Cafe, croissant, la baguette. I need to think of more French words. See, this is the hardest part of this entire campaign. I don't think Take Back the HRE is going to be nearly as difficult as coming up with French words. What are the French like? The real question is, what French word can I think of that I can also goddamn spell? How do I... Is that right? Close enough. If that's not right... I love that that's the only French word I can think of. I genuinely... I need to come up with a short list of good French names. Remind me to do that before next episode. I gently prod at Gervas, but I get no... Let's hope we can become the saint of waking people up. Oh my god, he's a prodigy. Do we want to owe him a favour and then drag him to our court? Nah, it's fine. Think nothing of it, friend. You know what? Feeling generous today. I honestly... Oh, he wants us to join the court faction. No, we're part of the tradition faction. Promise him nothing. What I'm thinking is we actually should flip over to business. I think we should start... If we're going to have to play tall, unfortunately. Unless we get another claim relatively soon. Our wealth is always going to be relatively low, and I'm not relying on RNG, really, to keep this campaign afloat. So, I think we're going to go for business. Oh, or am I going to go for family focus first? I'm sort of talking myself out of it. Let's go for family focus for a bit. Try and get ourselves a good son with at least a handful of good, ideally, either prolific or genius. One or the other. Don't give a shit about any of the others. Robust voice is just a small stat buff, you know. Pleasing voice, +2 diplomacy, who cares? Ambidextrous, crap, terrible. Left-handed, terrible. We don't care about any of these. Like I said, prolific, genius, those two in that combination would be incredible. Top tier son. He would be La Supreme Baguette. Supreme, I think, being a French word. Landolph has bought with him an ancient rusty sword. Oh my god. It's me getting excited over the artifact that he's found. It's terrible. I will ensure he's suitably rewarded. Yeah, with a foot up his ass. He's earned my favour. I don't want to give him the gold. What's he going to do? We're a crappy count. What's he going to do with a favour? I've claimed your entire land. Thank you. I've received word that an enemy host is approaching. Oh god. Yeah, no, they're here. The army of Lotharingia is here. My family be damned. I will save myself. What a great response. I love it. I must stay and fight. But my family will run. We shall defend. Deus Volt. This dude has a fancy helmet. In fact, I'm not liking my old tier. 93 personal combat. Formidable fighter. Brilliant strategist. Balderic? Balderic, you are a fellow Catholic. He would not harm a fellow Catholic. I must stay and fight, but my family will run. While some of my family are turned back by Balderic and this vile band of bullies, others make it through. I wish they all had escaped, but at least my sacrifice was not entirely in vain. Now I must defend myself and those of us left behind. Put on your armor. Do we have any armor? Sir, we have no armor. Okay, cancel that. She's pregnant. I guess there's nothing else to do while we're being besieged, huh? Gotta pass the time somehow. Can we raise some troops? We may just be able to raise enough men to stop them sieging, because we do have 3,400 defenders. We've only got to kill 800 men. Yeah. Do it. Do it. Just gotta kill 800 of them. Then they can't see you. Just trust a word. Trust me, there's no... Oh, God. No. Oh, God. Oh, God. The Lord is my shepherd. In spite of my efforts, I've been captured by the armies of Herzogo, Dietrich II of Lotharingia. Curses, curses, curses. Oh, God. Do you know what's the worst part? Shattered Retreat is turned on. Remind me to cancel that shit. But the point is your region. Thank you. Landolf. My good friend, who I believe has a favour on me. Oh, God, this could end badly, huh? Put these goddamn... Shattered Retreat. That is the biggest insult. Well, at least while we're in prison, we can do penance and stuff, right? Donate to charity, gain 100 devotion, gain monthly piety. That's a pretty significant amount of piety. No, no, I need my gold. Get out of here with that. I mean, what can we do, my dude? What can we do? Ask to ransom? 70 gold? We'll just wait for this war to end, because it's not our war. I'm not paying 70 bloody gold for that. We'll just sit in prison for... Wait, you can take the theology folks in prison, can't you? No? I thought you could. Who lied to me about that? Somebody said you could take the theology folks in prison. Maybe. Okay, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Maybe this is added by HIP or something. Anyway, let's rank up. A message slips through the bars of our prison. Congratulations, you're now an Oblatus. Which sounds incredible. We can give spiritual guidance, though. Maybe to our captor. Hey, God will bless you if you let us out. Oh, God, he's got my son, La Baguette. La Baguette the second. He's terrible, though, so it doesn't really matter too much. Hang on, wife is still... I was about to say wife is still pregnant. There is a backup. There is another. Herbert. Genius. Tall. Thank you. The Lord has blessed this imprisoned, impoverished man. Herbert. It's a great name already. I need to think of a French word. I'm going to Google top 100 French words, and I'm going to pick the funniest sounding one to my English ears. This is funny for the wrong reasons, right? We're going to call him Toot in English. I think you would pronounce that Toot. If an Englishman read that, I think they would say Toot, Tout. Oh, I suppose he'd probably say Tout instead, because it's just out with the T on the front. Obviously, it's in French, it's tout, as in, like, a tout le monde. I just want to call him Toot. I'm sorry. Overruled. You will now be called Toot Karling. A fantastic name. For its fantastic boy, let's be honest. Genius, tall, my good son. What shall I educate you in, though? Honestly, not entirely sure. Humility is pretty good for, obviously, a diplomat, but I'm not entirely sure we want a diplomat. Faith, idolize, get zealous or erudite. Can become frail. Thrift, I mean, is just good, because curious... Oh, that can become cynical, though, can't it? Patient, greedy, paranoid. I'm not entirely sure. Conscientious is good. Diligent or temperate. I might just go with duty. Based on the fact that everything else is goddamn awful for a saintly boy. Toot Karling, you shall be duty. Tooty duty. My God, this campaign has already gone off the rails. I'm sorry, it's late at night, which is why you're getting my brand of my premium commentary. For you guys watching this right now, you get premium commentary, premium late night commentary, which is something entirely different, depending on whether or not this video is monetized. Court Chaplain, Guichard. I would like you to go back to the Pope. I don't know why you retired in the first place, you big shit, but now he loves us because we put him back on the council twice in a row. Go back to the Pope and make sure he loves me, because I plan on claiming just about every excommunicated title from the King of France. This is the least Christian thing I've ever seen in my life. May the Holy Spirit strike you down. King Philippe the Black has formed an alliance with Sancho the Mutilator. My poor Christian heart. May the Father Saints preserve us. Good Lord. That's so good. Oh, the Pope died. That's probably why... Oh, God, that's probably for the best, judging by his goddamn face. I mean, you know, Rescue and Pace, all those such Christian things. Pope Honorius II... actually seems like a fairly terrible pope as well. Cruel, shy, craven? You're not a great pope. He does have a great pope bone. Bones of... What I'm saying, Pope Honorius, is I'm here for your bone, old man. Request money. That's a nice button. I wish all characters had that. Can we not steal it? Oh, we're in prison. Yeah, no, if we could get out of prison, we could go and steal the Pope's bone. Honestly, getting the bones of St. Peter would be absolutely huge for any player trying to play tall. I do feel like stealing the bones of St. Peter, one of the most revered Christian saints, from the Pope in the Vatican for our own personal gain so that we can rebuild our empire, probably, going to put this out there, probably not a particularly saintly thing to do. I don't know if saintly is the right permutation of that. Saintly? Not a very saint... it doesn't matter. Like, you know what I'm getting at. The point is, Not saying this is going to lead us to saintdom, but I feel like this dude needs to build a dynasty. Our next character can become a saint. Plus, he's also called Toot. Saint Toot, also as good, if not better, than La Baguette. Who have we killed? Oh, God. I mean, it wasn't my fault. God forgives those. That was the dungeon that's going to hell, not me. I deserve a better than to rot in this dark dungeon. I should ask Zogo Dietrich II for a combination suitable to my rank. Make my request. Oh, thank God, we're under house arrest. That's much better, because it means we're not going to die. I love that the backgrounds, they've really done a good job with the portraits in this. Like, I genuinely, sincerely mean that. They've done a really, really good job. So like that guy looks like a psychopath. Like, they actually look human. And this woman clearly has emotion in her face. Our guy looks a little dead behind the eyes, but he's also always looked like that just based on, you know, how his eyes look. Kind of annoyed we can't pick theology, because that would really suit our character right now, you know? Ah, your wife has received an education in intrigue, like yourself, so she quickly grasps the nuances of the problem as you explain it. From behind your prison bars. Well, here's the problem. I'm in prison. Wife, the two of you set to work, discussing and comparing spies. Adela is a most competent schemer. Within the hour, you've laid the groundwork for a promising solution. Finding the key to this prison. A brilliant idea. Have you any additional suggestions? Ah, common interest. 20 opinion with everyone. That's nice. 15 points and everything is also fairly nice. I mean, we're getting... oh, my God. 0. I should probably send my spy master, I guess, over to the Byzantines. But shh, don't tell them. Constantinople, I'm going to assume, is far and beyond the best tech points. 2018, 18, 18. We'll check Rome as well. 18, 15, 18. Also pretty good. What about the capital of the HRE, which is around here somewhere? 17, 14, 16. Maybe Middlesex. 17, 14, 16. Yeah, no, we will go with the classic Constantinople tech stealing technique, and then Payan gets to become a eunuch for free. I mean, that's a good deal. Excellent. I'm glad that this news is coming to us live from prison. Speaking of which, this episode is a prison, which I'm now all releasing you from. Thank you for watching. I'm not good at marketing. I probably should get someone else to do with that. Why are we on Dynasty map mode? My eyes, good God. Thank you all for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. It's been a weird one. We have not ended on a high note, besides our son Toot, you know, becoming potentially one who could restore our dynasty to greatness. We've done the eugenics game. Now it's time to steal the Pope's bone next episode. Let's give a shout out to all of our insane top tier level patrons for making this series possible. Zachary Harris, Tariq, Sean Thornton, Haydock Sidini, Tim Bragg, Laurus, Michael Mullen, Croesus, Vacuous Bacchus, Josh Lindeen Tesla, Tyler Birch, Jacob Alexander, Fenton, Palvers Presley, Asuna Kirito, Logan Thorne, Conspire T, Jimbo, Orcswolf, Facundo Vasquez, Tom Terry 18, Escape, Average Game 419, and Jackson Whitman. Thank you all for your support on Patreon. It is most appreciated. You are keeping this channel alive, and more importantly, you have given birth, all of you, together, to La Baguette of Vermandois, and a big shout as well, of course, to... what is happening? Nathaniel Lindbergh, Brandon Montoniac, Euphrates, Jack Allen, Batimus Max, Panther Pearl, Gabriel Van Der Llewellyn Thomas, Nathan Flores, Joran DeVries, Haj Dumar, Alpha Scuff, Kevin Saunders, Duncan 2 and 7, Zach McDougall, Joseph Beard, Jordan Camel, Harry McGowan, Chris, Hancock, Seth All Swede, Asaro, Nick, Will Wade, Noah Gallimore, Fraser Brennan, the Insane Pickle in person, and I See the Great. Thank you for your support. Additionally as well, God will safely protect you in the... I obviously have no authority to say that. I mean, I'll speak to the Pope. I'll see if I can get a good word for you guys.